From the character in our simple song, Waltzing Matilda, our national song, we call him a swaggy, or a swag man. Okay? He's effectively, in your terminology, he would be the equivalent of a hobo. Okay? Or a vagabond. He's an itinerant, and he's walking around the country looking for work. This song was written in 1895. By an Australian writer, a poet. His name was Banjo Patterson. Now, as I say, it's a simple song. Now, the title of the song is drawn from what the swagman carries on his back. You may know this as a bedroll. It's what he sleeps in at night. It consists of a few sheets and a few blankets and all his worldly goods. And it's all rolled up with a big piece of canvas or tarpaulin. And it's tied together at either end with a couple of pieces of baling twine. Okay? And he threw it over his shoulder and he carried it on his back. It's what he slept in at night. And as I say, having grown up with a lot of your Western movies, I saw all the cowboys with their bedrolls on the back of their saddles. So the swagman, his swag would not have been too dissimilar. Anyway, so as he's walking around the country looking for work, and this song is taking place on the east coast of Australia. The east coast of Australia, written back in 1895. He affectionately referred to the swag on his back. He called his swag Matilda. Okay? And he's walking around the country, he's walking around Australia looking for work. So what's he doing? He's waltzing Matilda. Are you with me? Okay, so he's camped beside a river, or rather a water hole. Or to put it in the proper terminology, a billabong. A billabong is a beautiful Australian word, but it is a water hole, refers to a water hole, or you may know this as a lagoon, okay? A small body of water beside a fast-flowing river. Now, have you noticed our river here in town currently? It's a dry argument, ladies and gentlemen. But believe me, the river does flow. Not very frequently, but the river does flow, and it's a magnificent sight to see when it does flow. Anyway, the swagman, he's camped beside a river. I pointed out the billies around the fire early tonight. He had a light tin bucket with a wire handle. We've got 3 of them around the fire tonight because we'll be ladling out, I personally will be ladling out a cup of billy tea for you to accompany John's spotted dog, okay? So he's made himself a fire. He scooped up some water, made himself a fire. He's waiting for the water to boil to do a very sensible thing. Throw in some tea leaves, make himself a cup of tea. And as he does so, he spies a sheep. A sheep, S-H-E-E-P, not a ship. I know some people pick me up on my pronunciation. A sheep. The thing that goes baa. That's right. They have a lot of them in New Zealand. Have you noticed? Have you been to New Zealand? Are you going? Yeah. Well, you'll see a lot of green rolling hills and a lot of white dots. Well, those white dots are sheep. Anyway, he spies a sheep. He goes to grab that sheep and kill it, chop it up, and put it in his tucker bag. This is also over his shoulder. He's looking to collect some food to sustain himself as he travels around the country. Anyway, of course, he doesn't own the sheep that effectively he's stealing. He doesn't own the property that he's camping on. Back when the song was written, the landowner was referred to as the squatter. I understand that you refer to your landowners as the rancher. Is that right? Okay. Now, of course, the squatter who owns the sheep in the land, he's none too impressed. He rides up with the law. They weren't called the police, they were referred to as the troopers back in these days. They all ride up on horseback. And he's none too impressed that this swaggy, this hobo, this itinerant is stealing his sheep. So, now to cut a long story short here, ladies and gentlemen, the swagman, he jumps up. We call him the swagman because of the swag on his back, or the swaggy. The swaggy, he jumps up and he jumps into that water hole. He jumps into that billabong, ladies and gentlemen, and he drowns. Now, folks, without word of a lie, that is the substance of Australia's national song. Okay, we're not talking about rocket science here. Okay? Folks, this is a wonderful song to be singing now that you've made the effort to travel all the way from the other side of the world just to come and help a bloke called Skip sing this song. Are you in fine voice this evening? Yeah. Sure you are. I'm going to give you an opportunity. I'm going to give you an opportunity to sing the chorus on your own towards the end, ladies and gentlemen, so don't be shy. Once a jolly swagman can't buy a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda. Here we go, folks. A waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Beautiful. Well, I've sprung a jumbuck to drink from the waterhole. I've jumped the swagman and he grabbed him with glee, and he sang as he shoved that jumbuck in his tucker bag. You come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he shoved that jumbuck in his tucker bag. Come a waltzing Matilda with me. Well, I've rode the squatter, mounted on his thoroughbred. I've rode the troopers, 1, 2, 3. Now who's that jolly jumbuck you've got in your tucker bag? You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Now who's that jolly jumbuck you've got in your tucker bag? Come a waltzing Matilda with me. Well, up sprung the swagman, he leapt into the billabong. You'll never take me alive, said he, and his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. His ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's an opportunity to sing this chorus on your own. Are you ready? I'd love to hear you raise the roof. I want you to let your hair down. Well, those who have got it at least, okay? Here we go. Oh, waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. Come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. Come a waltzing Matilda with me. Now, I've got to be honest, folks, that was kind of all right. But look, I don't want to put you under any pressure here, but we had a group of Russians here a couple of weeks ago. Now, seriously, now admittedly, they had way too much vodka to drink, but they raised the roof. Come on, you can do better than the Russians. Come on, give it what you got. Oh, waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. Come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. Come a waltzing Matilda. Beautiful, last time. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda.